Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Superchain Demo Day, where apps on the Superchain get a chance to come and demo their stuff live for everybody. So, very excited about today. I am your co-host, Jesse. I lead the Ambassador program at Optimism, and I'm along here with Robbie. I'll kick it over to Robbie to introduce himself.
Yeah, my name is Robbie. Thanks, Jesse. Pleasure to be here. It's my second Superchain demo day. I'm very excited. First one was a blast, and so very stoked. I'm co-founder of a project called The Rollup. We're an educational research firm that does everything blockchain, everything crypto, DeFi, Web3, all of that good stuff. And yeah, absolute pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on again, Jesse.
Yes, of course. We always love to have the community come on and co-host demo days. Um, okay, so we are also we're streaming live to Twitter. We're also live on the Unlonely app. So everybody, be sure to log into the Unlonely app. There's a chat in the Unlonely app where you can drop all of your questions for the projects presenting today. And as soon as they get through the demo, we'll be looking through that chat and we'll ask your questions live here on air. All right. So without further ado, we will kick it over to Alex and 3DNS.
Awesome. Nice to meet everybody. My name's Alex. I do all the op stuff over at 3DNS. Quick intro to what we do. 3DNS sells on-chain web domains. So think of us like a GoDaddy or Namecheap or any other registrar where you'd go and buy a Web2 domain, but it's managed on-chain as an NFT. So all your records are stored on-chain. The cool thing as well is it functions as an ENS identifier. And so with that, let's get right into it. So when you come to our site, this is our registrar. So you can come here and type in any domain. This would be like, Optimism. Yeah. You could type something like this in. This is our dev site. So obviously this domain isn't available. You can search without logging.
I think we might have lost Alex. Robbie, you still there?
I am still with us, Jesse, and of course these are live demos, which just adds a little bit of spice and excitement into the mix.
Yes, for sure. We'll wait for Robbie to pop back in.
This is
And
us.
let me. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Robbie,
this is our
sorry,
main.
you
This
cut
is our
out
main site.
there for us. You cut out there
No.
for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason the dev site was having issues. So this is their main site. You come in and log in. This is my personal account. So these are all my domains. You come here and type in Optimism is the bestest. You can filter by TLD. So these are all the TLDs we support, different region or different endings, which are called top level domains, TLDs for short. So once you apply these, you can add to cart. Tokenization is required. We're adding services coming soon. You go to checkout. You can pay with crypto or pay with a credit card. And once you do purchase, so there's a commitment flow. You can register up to 10 years. Once you are finished purchasing, your domains will show up here. You can also transfer in from different registrars, which is pretty cool. So if you have a domain on GoDaddy or Namecheap or any of these other registrars, you can transfer it into 3DNS. And once you have it here, it's managed on-chain. So I'll go to one of my personal ones here. So this is the web. So you can come in here and add a website. So this is a Fleek site that it goes to. You can see here. This is obviously like a verification for OpenAI. Anything that you can do with your Web2 domain, you can do with 3DNS. And in addition to that, it functions as an ENS name. So you can come in here and add addresses. So this is like, you can come and add like a Solana address or any other identifier that you want associated with your account. And to save it, all these records are stored on chain. You just come and click save. Looks like we're also having any issues there. So I would just see if we can save this here. Confirm. It's only a couple pennies. The cool thing about this is that we've built our own custom resolver. And so the ENS records are actually managed from the L2. So that means to manage or to update records associated with your ENS name costs pennies versus on the L1 where it costs, in most cases, multiple dollars. And that's the same for setting up your website records as well. So that's the cool thing about it. Yeah, then we have, obviously we support multiple payment methods. We have invoices here, whose information, and how you want to see, whether it's denominated in USDC, US dollars, or ETH. So yeah, that's a quick overview of what we're doing at 3DNS.
Very cool. I have a question. So, why would somebody want to purchase a domain from 3DNS versus somewhere else? It seems like there's a tokenization component as well that has some benefits, but I'm not sure exactly what those are.
Yeah, so the main benefits of having a domain on chain, one is there's security. If you're familiar with a lot of the DeFi hacks that have happened, DeFi front end hacks like Balancer, my Ether wallet a while ago, PancakeSwap. Functionally, what happened was hackers got access to the domain by tricking the support at Namecheap, at GoDaddy, or any of these different registrars, and put up fake front ends. With 3DNS, your domain is managed as an NFT in your wallet, so it's secured by your private key. It's a lot harder for users to socially engineer to get access to your domain. There's also other benefits of like better liquidity. If you've ever tried to buy a domain and it's like a horrible process, you go through multiple brokers, super opaque. With 3DNS, you can just go and put a binding offer on OpenSea, and if the person who's selling the domain accepts it, you get your domain instantly, which is pretty cool, and not really possible in the Web2 world. So those are kind of two main benefits: liquidity and transferability, and then security.
Another one that comes to mind, I'm not sure like how extensible this is that someone with like a really valuable DNS could maybe borrow against it and like use it in some DeFi composable ways.
Totally. Having a domain on chain, I mean, you can plug into all the existing NFT DeFi rails that exist. And, we're in the early stages of working on things like that. And, and I think there'll be a lot more to come through our platform and the ones that we work with around NFT lending and things like that.
Very cool.
So, you can go ahead, Robbie.
No, please. You go.
Oh, too kind. So what is I guess a two-part question. Number one, who are most of your users that would be buying these domains? What do they kind of look like? And then also, what is the kind of coolest use case that you've seen for this?
The current user that we've seen is the hardcore crypto user. So people who are interested in trying new products, who are interested in crypto native products, and who are just down to experiment on a new product in the crypto space that's useful outside of number go up. So you can use these domains immediately, which is nice. They have utility. Some of the coolest use cases, I think we're still in the early seeing that. I mean, I think you mentioned earlier about the composability of these assets once they're on chain. The domain industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's kind of the digital real estate of Web 2/Web 1. I think when you put that on chain, and have these smart contracts that they can interact with, as a more composable asset, I think you can do a lot cooler things like lending and things like that. So that's one use case that we're excited about. Another is just like DeFi security and front end security and decentralizing the front end stack. Most websites in crypto that people interact with are hosted on Web 2 rails, right? Like AWS, Vercel, still points of centralization. And the two components of decentralizing the front end is one, DNS, and then the hosting itself. And we're working on the DNS component. So that's something that we're excited about at 3DNS.
Very cool, very cool. Any future plans that you would like to share for 3DNS?
I mean, we have a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. We're working on like, different types of different types of, ways we can interact with these assets. One is, we're working on a fractionalization piece of domains where you can own a piece of the domain. We're working on different lending protocols for users to take out loans against their high value domains. Things to make it easier for users to use these domains as assets, or as crypto natives are using their assets. So those are a couple high level things that we have coming. That's exciting for us.
Nice. That's interesting. Why would somebody want to own kind of a piece of the domain? Would that be for kind of like speculation where it's like I know that's in the NFT space, right? Whenever there's art, you can buy fractional art, which say, I don't know, buy a Picasso and then you put it on chain and then everybody can own like a piece of that Picasso. Is it a kind of similar concept, or is there kind of another use case that I'm not thinking about for kind of fractionalized ownership of a domain?
I think there's another part of just like DAO ownership, right? Like if DAOs want to own a piece of domain, make something unruggable, right? If permissioned access to these domains, which kind of hasn't been possible before, making it so that groups of people can own domains and manage them versus just like a single entity. Like with Optimism.io, there's with one account at one of these registrars, right? That owns it versus like if there's a group of people that were able to manage and own the domain.
I got a question in that realm of like fractional ownership, and I'm curious. This might even extend to NFTs in general. Like, how does metadata work if I own half of the NFT, you own half of the NFT, and I want to point the front end to, something else? Like, since we both own half of this domain, who's able to update kind of like the data that comes along with the domain?
We're in the early stages of working a lot of this stuff out. But functionally how it works is like there's, the DAO governs, delegates access to this group of people of this domain, and there's different permissions for different users who have domain. And so, if it's a multi-sig, for example, there's multiple signatories that would have to sign in order for the update to go through. So it's not like anybody can write different records to it. There's like there'd be a process for people to have a single state. So, but that's further down the road. That's coming. I mean, we're more than happy to answer questions about what we're doing right now at 3DNS. So,
is there any kind of like any features right now that allow multiple people to like if I have a team and there's ownership over the domain, can multiple people on my team edit any of the records? Like if I want to kind of like delegate access that way?
That's coming soon. Weeks. That should be out where it's we have different permissions. So.
Yes, I love getting ahead of ourselves in interviews because it's like the community's always like, "What's next? What's cool? Like, what do I have to look forward to?" It's
For
like
sure.
it's very, very awesome. Okay, everybody is. I'm looking through the Twitter comments right now. Everybody's very the fractionalized ownership of tokenized domains got some people excited there. So some support, very nice. So Alex, if the community wants to reach out to you, where should they go? Who should they follow? What should they do?
Best place is to follow us on Twitter, 3DNS _ Inc. on Twitter. I can share the link.
Yep, we just dropped it in the Unlonely chat as well for everybody
Awesome.
in there.
Yep, and then you can go to 3dns.box. Our Discord link's at the bottom. Feel free to hop in and say hi.
Awesome, awesome. We love it. So everybody go and check that out. And Alex, thank you so much for coming on and presenting on Demo Day. This is always one of my favorite days of the week to see kind of new and up and coming projects do demos to see what's out there in the Superchain app ecosystem. And also, Robbie, thank you so much for co-hosting with me.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody, that wraps up Superchain Demo Day. Just a plug, we do this every week on Thursday, 3 p.m. UTC, so be sure to join us next week as well. All right, everybody, see ya on chain.
Thanks, Jesse. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.